the least we can do now is to carry on with our lives and work and rejoice in her amazing zest for life, her caring, her companionship, and be blessed that we were touched by her. Thank you very much.
I seem to be hiding behind pillars today. No sé por qué, porque ya me doy por andar ahí escondida detrás de los demás. I get to have the last word. If any of you knew my mother, you know how difficult that was to ever have happen. Ahora a mí se me toca dar la última palabra. Okay, well, you can do it right now. Okay. I got some other people waiting here, so I wasn't counting on this. You do want?
On behalf of all the animal shelters here at Lakeside, whenever we had dogs locked up somewhere, kittens starving, she was always there. She gave us pictures, she gave us all the publicity we ever needed. And she did, she loved anything that, to do with the animals, cats or dogs. And she always supported us every inch that she could. Thank you.
Say a word.
Buenas tardes. What I have to say about Jeanne is something that has to do with me in a very personal manner, because you know how we try to accomplish things in life, and sometimes you think that you're alone and that you have to do everything by yourself, and you push and you pull and you try to get somewhere. And there's always, we always think there's always a God somewhere. I think that God in my life came in the form of Jeanne in many ways. Let me tell you why. Because, in order for you to understand what I'm saying, it will be necessary for me to explain a little bit about my life 15 years ago, 14 years ago. Back then, or maybe even a little earlier, I used to see Enrique Velázquez in the front page all the time. Maestro, ahí está usted siempre. And then Georg Rauch and many other artists were on the front page or somewhere, and she was writing about them. And I was just a little kid back then. And I used to wonder, how do they make it happen? How do they put their articles and their photographs and their paintings in the papers? And I used to struggle. Back then, my son was 2 years old, and somehow I got a hold, or she got a hold of me about my first mural painting that I was doing up in the secondary school. And she called me, or I called her, somehow again we met. And she says, why don't we go and take photographs of the mural? And I said, well, if you want me to, I'll take the photographs and bring them to you. She says, no, I want to take the picture of you with the mural behind. I said, the school is closed because it's vacation. There's no way we can get in. And she says, isn't there a hole somewhere? Isn't there a small wall that we can jump? And I said, sure. Yeah, let's go up there. So I got in her car and we went up there. The door was closed and nobody was there, so we go through the back fence, and there was this hole that I knew it was there. Sometimes I got in through there. And I get in there and I look at her and she says, well, help me a little bit, just pull it to the side here. And I did that. She jumped in and she walks with me. She walked to where the mural was. And then, she says, okay, stop right there. Stop right here. Let me see you here. And she was looking at it and taking notes of everything. And she was one of the very first persons who believed in me. That's why I wanted to tell you that, 15 years ago I was struggling, maybe even 20 years I was struggling. For me, I humbly say that, if I may say it, I have a story of success in my own world. I mean, it's not huge. It may not be small, but for me it's a success. And I could never have done any of this without her. And many of you present here have been aware of my life, of my development as a man, as a family man. And I just want to say that, she was always there for me. Many times I even brag about the fact that she called me to my house to see what I was doing. She called me to say, hey friend, I have an empty space, tell me something, you must be doing something, tell me. And I told her. And many times I came to her asking for advice. And I said, Jeanne, I have this situation, I made this mistake or that one, and I want to fix it somehow, and I don't know how to do it. And I would ask her for something, and she would tell me straight, do this, don't do that. And I always said, Jeanne, women are always right. And she used to say, don't you forget that, baby. That's all I have to say. She, as many of you have made, I'm the result of you guys being in Mexico. I learned to speak English in Mexico, in Ajijic. I learned to paint here. I've been called an entrepreneur here. I have learned everything here because of people like her. And one thing that I asked Livy, when I first saw her, after Jeanne left, I told her, you all know about the sculpture I'm working with. I'm very short to accomplishing that project. It would have never happened without Jeanne, because she told every one of you, and she made sure that everybody knew that you could trust me. And I got that because of her. So I asked Livy at the very first moment that I saw her, I said, Livy, I want to come and say a few words at the memory fiesta for Jeanne. And another thing that I want to do, and I told her and she agreed, we are putting the name of Jeanne Jose under the sculpture, in the plaque that will speak about the people who made this an accomplishment. So she is a big part of this. So she will be there. Muchas gracias.
Happened today, he cut through all the red tape for permits and horse dancing and coordinated all kinds of stuff and even found us a calandria. Sin él no hubiera podido ser posible el día de hoy. Él me ayudó montones.
Thank you, Libby, but this is what Jeanne made us do. I even danced with a horse today. Well, first of all, I want to start saying that this is the magic, the flute in our town, because it's yours too. By living in Ajijic, you become to be part of our community. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay. And like Jeanne, he was very special to me, and I will mention it. I'll give some example in a minute. And as a delegado, I want to say that all the work that we've been doing with several other people, and I'm thinking, and you also. You, because you, to me, you are part of my community, okay? I just want to have that clear, all right? By Jeanne, she used to help me all the time. Years back, 20 years ago, more or less, I used to call her and I used to mention it, hey, how do you spell this? Because my English is not that good. And she used to help me write down all the publicity that I was putting in the Guadalajara Reporter. That's a goal, okay? And it's the kind of person who teach me how to love my own town. because she's the one who writes. She was to me, for pen was the eyes to you. She was writing what we were wanting you to see. And by her pen, she also let me see what the things that I didn't see before. Right? I was born and raised here in 96, but now she teaches me. Now I feel it with my heart. You know, now I make it, now as a delegado, I want to make traditions even more better, more fun, more colorful. And I want to thank all the people who was in this committee today. As you know, it was raining this morning. I was in the delegation, keep an eye on the sky. I said, man, it's gonna rain. And I was thinking of Libby, she's gonna be really nervous at this moment. Well, you know, that's another message from God. God loves us. All right, look at this, another beautiful day. Also, the guys over there with the horses, muchachos, hicieron un muy buen trabajo, Muchísimas gracias. I want to say it again because it wasn't easy. See the horses, it was going to be canceled because the rain this morning. They were afraid that it won't happen, you know. So I'll thank you everyone for being part of this community. Okay. Now, as a delegado, consider it my office and the delegation, your office and your delegation. Okay? Gracias, señores. So we're going to have the mariachis here, so let's keep on with the program. Gracias.
Really had planned on speaking, but seeing all of you here to celebrate my mom, our mom, and the other sister who's missing. By the way, I'm Roxy, the middle sister. Jody would be right here, but she's not right now. Well, she should, yes. Anyway, I got Mom for the first 20 years of my life. She moved down here right after I got married at a young age. But what my mom taught me before she left, and is evidenced by you all being here, is that friendship and loyalty and dedication are cornerstones for your life. She taught me to try new things and embrace them. She taught me to be an individual, which often didn't work for she and I. It was complicated, but very true and loving. There was never any doubt with my mom where her heart was. Anyway, so thank you for celebrating my mom and honoring her. Did you know the night my son was born, she opened Harvey that night? That's where my mother was, opening a play. And when I had my son, she said, you broke the curse because we'd only had females in the family.
She didn't believe it.
Anyway, so just thank you, and thank you so much for all of this and for being with Mom all these years by her side, and for all that meant. And Libby will have the last word.
You here, we're going to miss Jeanne. We're going to miss her regaños every week. Her scoldings of all of us who weren't quite as appreciative of Mexico as we all should be. All of us who live here as expats. And she really loved this country. And I don't know, I enjoyed having a chat with her every week about what was going on and all the little gossip that didn't quite make it into the paper. So I hope you all will enjoy this fiesta, which is celebrating her life, and think about